Today begins the first day of cleaning out my garage, and as you can see on the floor are my new doors for my studio, because I'm converting this garage into a natural light studio because I think it's about time. Yes, business has grown and I need to step up a bit, and this is the first step, so I'm going to take you on this journey with me. And yeah, so here we go. So my studio, I've just ordered the timber flooring. I've chosen white. I'll show you it because it does arrive in the next 3 days. Also, we've done the plastering on some of the patches on some of the walls. I've chosen white, pure white paint for the studio because, as you know, I'm a natural light photographer, so we're going to paint all that so light bounces off. And then also I'm going to put the flooring in, and then my shelves are going to go in, and then obviously my artwork and all that sort of stuff. So I've just come to pick up my flooring, and the guy is waiting for me back home so he can install them. Anyone looking to buy flooring for their garage to convert it, it has cost me 1,024. This is Aussie dollars, which isn't bad because I've checked and I did a bit of shopping around, and I actually like this flooring more. So I got it from Floor World in Melbourne, in Werribee, so in Hoppers Crossing. So if you're close by, you can grab it from there. But Marie was great, and the actual colours were really white. So I checked Bunnings and other hardware stores. I really like this one. So that's what it cost me. So yes, bills are ranking up, but it's well worth it in the end, I think. So we'll take you on the journey to see the final result. So we are now putting in the flooring, and I've got all my backdrops that I have to sort out. So I'm going to roll them up, and then once I'm in the studio, I'm going to actually always keep them lay flat because I find that they crease a lot. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm almost done. I'm going to show you how I've started to set it up. I'm still a bit confused on one section, but I'm going to show you the details and what I've done and how I've put everything in their storage, so I don't really have to go buy another set of shelving because I think that's enough. It's just how you use it. So I'm going to show you how I've started to use all these shelvings. So when you're walking, that's pretty much how it's going to look like. Now this is just an indication of how I've started to, set it all up. I love my drawers. I've used the drawers for outfits that I, don't use, or things that I won't use all the time. And I've put my Cake Smash session outfits in here, and I've set them up with the hats, the bow ties, the pants and all the outfits in there. You can use them for anything. They're really good. You can even get, what I'm planning to get is actual dividers. So I'm going to divide it and maybe put girls and boys outfits or whatever. I still haven't decided. So these shelvings are all from IKEA. The whole shelvings, the drawers, the storage cubes, I call them. These are good because I'm going to sort all my flowers and more flowers that's inside the home. I'm going to take out and sort them in color. So I'm going to color coordinate them and put them in there. So I know if I need pink flowers for a pink setting or blue, I know which one's which, and I sort of, grab them so they're easy, because I find that during a session, it's important for me to actually know where everything is and everything is color coordinated. I just find that I'm not, baby's crying and mum's asking me questions or whatever, I don't get confused. Oh, where have I put this and where have I put that and where is this? So once you color coordinate everything, or you set it up in a way you know where everything is, it's nicely set up, it makes your life a lot much easier during a session. So these are cubes. Decided to put them here because I think it's easier, and obviously I need more shelving, so I'm gonna put a shelf across here so you can't see them. And I'm gonna fix the layering. I'm very, very picky, so I'm gonna fix the layering of the blankets that I use for backdrops and for the beanbag. So that looks messy currently, but we're getting there. So, and these are all my small fliccatis and a few other fleece as well for basket belts. And my big fliccatis, I've only put 2 there. I'm like exhausted, I'm puffed out. So I've only put 2 there, and I'm gonna add more later on right here. So this is why I've made the shelf a bit bigger. So I wanted to point out what I did apart from the shelving. So as you can see, that's the middle part there. And then what I've done is those are like storage boxes. They're not wooden, they're like a mesh material. And I've decided to use these for my flowers and for my wool wraps as well. Stuffers or fillers, whatever you call them. And these are from IKEA as well. So they've got a nice handle that you can pull out, and you can even label them if you want to, if you've got a lot or you want to use a lot. Now what I'm going to do with my florals is I've ordered like plastic Ziploc bags, and I'm going to pop them in there. I like to keep everything away from dust or any, you might get insects or whatever, because everything's open. So I like to do that as well, which is why I did the wraps, which I'll show you in a second, which I've done them and not hung them on the wall. I've actually hung them, on a hanger that I'll show you and I'll explain to you in a moment. But these are really good because you can store whatever you want in them. So there's more flowers there, and you get a 3-pack in IKEA, and I think they cost about $20 or $25. So I've done that there. So I've done something different. I was originally going to put drawers, but because IKEA ran out of drawers, I've put the 2 baskets there, the top ones there, and then one there. And I decided, I'll get more out of these for flowers, because I can't put flowers in drawers. It's not going to fit. You'll probably see it and all that. So I figured they will fit more, and they do. So it's really, really good. So I've used the drawers for my teddy bears, my outfits, cake smash outfits and all that. So that's what I've used them for. So I wanted to talk about, many of you might have questions as to why I left my garage door, which you can see there. So first reason, we were contemplating whether we should leave it or remove it and just have the aluminium glass frame there. Well, we decided that we were going to need some sort of protection because of any robberies or anything. And once people start knowing that I am a photography studio, there is likely a chance that you might have theft or robberies. We have heard a few robberies in my area, not very close, but close by. So I thought we would leave it and figure out a way of how we're going to block the air that might come out through there, which is where the garage door slides down. So what we did is we found it a bit hard, and then through deciding that because where I live, it's under Body Corporate, it's a new area, and Body Corporate under the design guidelines told us and sent us the guidelines, and you need to have a garage door at all times. Now saying this, we have many neighbors down the road that don't, but I thought, what, since they want it, I don't want to get in trouble with them, I don't want to have a headache. Plus, for security reasons, let's figure out a way. So we figured out a way, my husband and the builder that was helping him figured out a way of how we can block it. So obviously we actually built a door. So that's the wall there. So you can see that. That's the wall there. That's an extra extension of the wall. And then here starts the frame. So I'm going to move back so you can see. And that starts the frame there. So you can see my front yard. So there is the extra wall. I don't even know what they built it. I think it's just wood, plaster and wood. And then the frame there, and then it goes up, around, and the same thing on that side as well. And there is just the aluminium doors, which I'll show you in a second once I pull back the curtains. There is my garage door. And it's really good because during the day, if I've got editing, I can sit in here. I've got any, any work, any setups, I can do it in here with the garage door closed, for security purposes, because if I was to go put something else, it's going to cost me the same. So I'm going to pull back the curtains and I'm going to show you how we filled that gap, so no air or no heat or any wind or anything that can fly in. Okay, so as you can see there, just there, that's on top of the aluminium door. We put a wood piece right across everything. So I'm going to pull closer and hopefully you can see it. And then we put another one now because we couldn't find anything that thick, or we did, I think that's why they put two. And we wanted to see if that would be enough. Now there's still a gap, but you can still see that gap right up there, but that's covered from the outside. So, and then there's a gap in the middle there, obviously for the garage door to go in and out. So that's how we did it there. So I'm going to show you further back. You can see it there. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I can answer them. But I'm going to go outside and show you as well how we covered the other gap that you can see through here. Okay, so that's that gap there that we covered. You really can't see it. I need a ladder, and if you can see, it's right in there. So there's a gap that we've covered right inside, which you can't see. And then what we've done is, that's the garage door. And then there's always going to be that gap. So we decided to get this spongy, sticky thing that we stuck on the garage door. And then that way, no air goes in because it's also closed from the other side as well, from the inside like I showed you. And that goes all the way across there. So that's how we did it. It's pretty much sort of cut and paste and figuring out what holes to cover and things like that. Also on the corners there, as you can see, we put another roof, sort of closed it off with some wood and some plaster, so nothing goes inside there as well. So hopefully if you guys are thinking of converting your garage into a studio, it is possible to leave your garage door. We made it possible. These doors, you can always find them as new, secondhand. We found them, there's a place nearby us, and they sell them as new, just spares from any building sites that they don't end up using. I think these cost about 1,800, these glass doors, and I'm talking Australian dollars because I'm in Australia. So, and the floors cost me, which you saw earlier in the vlog, they cost me about, I think you can go back, rewind and have a look, but I think it was about all up 1,300, and they're a beautiful whitewash. They're the whitest I couldn't find around, so they cost me that. The curtains are a sheer curtain. I also am getting a filter, which I've never used before because I was inside the home using my small window, which is pretty much was only this size. So the curtains are from Target. You can find them in all those sort of, even Spotlight in the material stores, but these are from Target. The pair was $20, and I think I got 6 pairs, and then I went out and bought extra pairs only because I just felt like I needed extra, and I can use them to filter out the light as well. So that's what it costs. These are the doors there. That's my car. So these are the doors there. You can see. That's my front porch. And yeah, my hubby has fixed the garden for me, which looks pretty. Yeah, so that's how it is. And then these rods, we got them from Bunnings, which is a hardware store. We have connected them together, as you can see there, in the hooks. Yeah, so I can't really think of anything else to show you, but that's how we stuck we added the door to the garage, and why we left the garage there. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully you are enjoying this vlog. If you do have any ideas or how you did yours, I'd love to hear your stories as well. So I wanted to originally hang my wraps on the wall like I've seen on Pinterest, and so many photographers do it, but for some reason, I don't like the wall. I don't know why. I don't want to make the studio space look very crowded, because I'm also going to put some canvases on the walls. And even though it is a converted garage, it is quite, you know, it will feel small. So I was in IKEA the other day trying to buy more shelves and drawers, and then I came across this, which is a, you know, trouser hanger. So you hang your pants on there, usually in a wardrobe. So it goes in and out. So what I've done, and I'm going to try this out, and I think it's going to work because I've already hung two. I'm going to hang my wraps on there, and I'm going that way when I pull it out. So this is in, so when I pull it out, it's easy and you can see everything, and it's very easy to access. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to see how it all looks and how it goes. And then when I start, you know, using this space, I'm going to see if it's functional, which I think it pretty much is. But so this is a trouser hanger. So you would originally hang your trousers or pants, whatever you call them, on these inside your own wardrobe. But I'm going to use it for my wraps. Now, a lot of you may want to know how I'm going to hang these wraps, like in what ways. So once I slide it in, they don't touch, or you know, or maybe just fussy and you want them equal. So this is how I originally hang them, and probably many of photographers do the same. This is the cheesecloth wrap, the very stretchy ones. I use these mainly, but I have been using the jersey wraps as well, which are awesome. So this is quite long, so about 2 meters long. And what I do is I half it in half. So as you can see, I'll half it in half. And then because this is going to be too long to hang, I'm going to half it in fours. So it's going to be like that. Then I'm going to grab that and I'm going to put it around this. So let's just say this so you can see it. So I'll put the side that has the loop. So you'll see that there's two loops because it's in half again. So there's going to be two loops, but I'll grab the two loops just there. So there's a hole there. I'll wrap it around and then I'll feed that bit in there. So there you go, you can see. So I'll feed that in there. I'll pull it tight, and you can, if you've got a lot of wraps, just make it small enough. And there you go. You can have it whichever way. You can wrap around the other way as well. You could probably do it again, but I don't know how tight you want it. But I think that's okay. So once I pull it in, it's not bad. So I've got these under there, so that's not bad as well. So once that goes in, should be good to go. Now that we've come to the end of this vlog, I want to really show you that I didn't start off this way. I've been doing photography now for 7 years. I didn't even study photography. I'm a film student. So I studied film and television at uni. But I went into photography, and if you've heard before, like any other mother that has children and develops a love for photos and images and buys a DSLR camera. So that's how I started. But I like to point out that when I started, it was in my living room in a 2-bedroom unit home, which we purchased because we were living between here and overseas. So I pulled out the dining table. We didn't even have one. We ate on the couch or on the breakfast bar. And I used that dining table space to actually as a shooting space. And then I welcomed my clients, my very first clients, into my home, into my 2-bedroom unit home. And they sat on my own couch. So the living area was the seating area for the parents, and the shooting area was my actual dining room area where my dining room table was meant to be, which I sold, by the way. And yeah, so I started off there and slowly developed because I wasn't sure if that was the path I wanted to go down, you know, going from directing and producing music videos and working on, different productions to doing photography. It's a big leap, and it's very different industry, even though it's very similar in a way. So I wasn't quite sure. So this, is just to let you know that you got to start from zero. You can't compare yourself to any other photographer, even to me watching this vlog, because it's really important that we have to, in order to get where we want to go, we have to start at zero. And then my advice to you is start with what you have and gradually and slowly build your way up. So I'm going to show you my first home and what my studio looked like. Now I also want to show you my current home or the studio that I used to shoot from inside. It was the first living area of the house where you welcomed guests, but I turned that into a studio. It was a bit bigger than my first home, obviously, because it's a bigger home, but it was a great way to actually, grow my business to that next step. So I'll show you inside and what it looked like. Then obviously now you'll get to see my converted garage and what I'm going to currently work in and shoot in. Now I'm still growing like you, so I might even get a commercial place or a bigger, warehouse and turn it into a studio down the track. I don't know, but I know a lot of photographers that, create bigger spaces using, places inside their home or even outside and turning their garages into homes. Still use these spaces till this day, no matter how big they are. So it doesn't mean your space doesn't determine your work, and it doesn't determine whether you can or you cannot get clients. And that I like to repeat over and over again, especially to those that are inside my membership, the business school for photographers, that it doesn't mean your space doesn't determine whether you're a good photographer or a bad photographer. It doesn't, I know some photographers that are well known in the industry that still shoot from a bedroom inside their home. So it does not matter. It's your choice whether you want a bigger space or smaller space. My choice was to convert my garage and turn it into a natural light studio, only because I got sick of the fact that people I don't know would come into my home. And another thing, the most important thing is, especially on weekends and holidays, I had to pretty much kick my partner out with the kids as well, or travel a distance to leave them at my parents' house. So that was a big hassle, and now they can be inside the home while I'm shooting in the garage. So these were the two reasons why I did that, and why I want to share my journey, because if you're thinking of doing anything similar to what I've done, at least now you get the process and the idea. And remember, if you have any questions, always good to ask. You can leave them below. So this is the last bit of setting up my studio, and I cannot wait to put this vlog together for you guys to see that if you have a dream or a vision, it's so easy for it to become a reality. Now by easy, I mean it's easy to say, yes, I'm going to do it, but yes, it does take work and commitment. So now is the time to actually photograph the studio and record some footage, because I'm going to put through also a promo video on my website and social media, so my clients can see what they are going to come into once they book a session with me. And that's so important. I highly recommend you do that. you enjoyed this vlog, watching me go through the process of converting my garage into now my studio. If you have any questions about anything that I shared with you in this vlog, remember to leave them below and I will answer them. And also let me know what you think about the whole conversion. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you have any opinions about anything or any ideas you want to share with me, leave them all below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in another vlog.